Welcome back to the first season finale. We somehow managed to qualify for the finals right before the cutoff date. Despite my strong 5-win streak start, only 2 of those were counted toward this 3-5+ league, and my subsequent 7 straight losses led me to the very bottom of an 8-man bracket. We draw the number 1 seed of the playoffs. It's a rematch with old Glass Cannon server Magoo. At this point, we had almost 2 full matches between us and 2 practice sessions before this, so we're starting to really get to know each other's game pretty well. We are pretty evenly matched, and it's a toss-up on who wins depending on the day. Right off the bat, I have to apologize for the angle of this first match. My homemade swing stick, which is basically just a telescopic selfie stick with a hook, wasn't cooperating with me that day, so I had to make do with what I could. We both start off the match a bit shaky and not a lot of points last longer than a couple of hits. Double faults plague both of us, thankfully him more so than me though. He's got aggressive returns and is used to my kick serve just going directly into his forehand. So knowing this, I've been aiming for his backhand, which at this point in a competitive relationship, he's become aware of that and will run around it for his forehand and smack that sucker in. And of course, with that in mind, it's great to be able to aim it out to his forehand every once in a while just to throw him off his returns. He takes the lead of this opening set at 5-4, but I managed to break him right back and take control of the first set. Looking at the footage, I am noticing him massage his hip a bit during the match. As you'll see, he eventually will retire the match after looking like he got shot from a sniper. It always sucks to see a medical retirement, especially in what was building up to be a good match between 2 players who know each other well. But with that, the number 1 seed is out of the playoffs and we advance to the next round. Due to being a flex league, we all have a 2-week window to schedule and complete our matches. During this time, I'm still analyzing all my previous match footage and writing out areas I can improve on the next time I'm on court, whether at the wall or against my usual partners. Once I start my official USTA journey, I will be leveling up the journaling by keeping track of my matches and opponents because, as the last match proved, a lot can be had by knowing your opponent's tendencies and adjusting to them in real time. And so, I schedule the next match ASAP because I'm liking how I'm playing. My next opponent is another player who picked up tennis during COVID. Unlike the previous one, the one who outlasted me in 3 sets, this one didn't go all into the sport like the last one, who got a coach and signed up for USTA, etc. This goes to show how far a good attitude and being naturally athletic can take you very far in this dinky amateur tennis world that we normies reside in. Chuckers, as Andy likes to call us. This match is a close one. Neither of us break early in the first set, which just builds the tension as we get closer to 4-all. One slip up at this point in the match, and the other will snatch up the set. Lower level matches usually don't follow the server always holds rhetoric that professionals play. So when a match does arrive when both players are competent enough servers and returners to play a traditionally paced match, it can be really fun. Compared to the ones where like one person wins 3 games in a row, then loses 4 in a row, but somehow wins 3 again and takes a set 6-4. That's fun or frustrating depending on the kind of person you are. As those matches can be, my heart can only take so much. hold fast and we take the first set 6-4. The second set starts off much better than the first. We're both playing pretty darn well, but dude, I am feeling my serves. It doesn't do much though when he just chips it back, absolutely neutralizing the pace, and I absolutely suck at creating my own, and cause a lot of unforced errors on what should be an easy +1. All in all, it was a very good match. And other than double faulting a match point, nothing catastrophic happens and we take it home 6-4, 6-4. onward to our first final. But before that, we have to analyze this match footage because I got about 2 weeks to work on something before I'd head on to my very first final. Like all my match footage, I always come back feeling like I need to improve on everything. What? Like 30 minutes, one more hour? Something like that? Thank you. My forehand still looks clunky and is inconsistent despite being my main weapon. The serve is a constant work in progress and also one of my main weapons. I feel like I'm still missing something to generate that whip effect you see in person. Don't even get me started on my backhand side. Like the entire wing of the court is just is in jeopardy. The slice is super dicey. Like I do not know what I'm doing. It just comes out of me out of necessity and when I'm out of position, and it's a miracle that the ball gets into play without an absolute shank. And the backhand and just in general, my two-hander is just really unreliable. I just feel like I'm just swatting the ball sometimes and just, man, those unforced errors are the worst. I'll just like, awkwardly swat at the ball, which just, doesn't look good, doesn't feel good, and just doesn't do well. But other than my usual wall sessions, there's not much more I can do in only a few weeks' time. So realistically, I should just be focusing on keeping my form consistent rather than constantly working on something mid-league. Anyboop, I'm sure I'm not bringing this up right before our first final because that wouldn't be an excuse, right? We contact our guy and we head on to court. Even though this is just a local flex league, this is my second if you consider that one tournament I played in high school, tournament setting with a plastic trophy and a free season on the line. There's a lot more at stake than this match than I had in anything in competitive I did, whether it was in gaming or in jiu-jitsu. All my competitive stuff was all very casual, like I never actually took the time and spent money to compete. But the goal of this series is to eventually graduate from this local league into USTA, which is the most competition an amateur adult like me can aspire to for the sport of tennis. All that to say, I'm feeling pretty nervous for the first time since my first match of this season. But in that case, it was more of a social nerve than performance. And once I got into a couple of games, I was set. I was able to play freely and play my strokes. However, today, I am tight, I am stiff, and I am feeling the pressure. I mean, you know what I mean. This isn't real pressure. I'm sorry, Billie Jean, not like that kind of pressure, more of just like the amateur kind of pressure. So, before this match, I recently bought a couple of those GU energy gel things I've seen Rafa squirt into his mouth during matches, and having never ever taken one before, I decided to gush one right into my mouth right after our warm-ups. It actually worked in getting the jellies out of my limbs and got me moving, but at a dear price. My opponent was a tricky one. In hindsight, this type of player has been my kryptonite ever since getting back into competitive tennis. I call him the someone I call pusher when I lose to them archetype opponent, the sick wilt. As you will see, he's way more than just a pusher, and he will actually approach the net and change up the pace of the rally with drop shots and lobs. But his retriever mentality of sacrificing spin and pace just to get the ball back into play is what really tears me down. Those types of players are truly my nightmare. He gets a very good start with an early break right off the bat. I like to elect to serve sect even if I win the toss. And on their first service game, I like to keep the rally alive as long as possible just to get the nerves out. That strategy can backfire on me if I get broken right away, and his grinding retriever mentality continues to get stronger with each rally that gets longer. I'm still struggling with those dinky second serves. I swear, I'd much rather deal with an insane kicker with serious pace than these little dinks. At least I'd feel a lot better about myself when I ultimately shake the fuck out of the shot when I overhit it. With that accidental dropper, I managed to get the break and take the lead of the opening set. I absolutely hate those lobs. Nothing more demoralizing than seeing one of those sail above your head after you come in with a sick approach shot, knowing that sucker is gonna land on the line. Missing overhead suck too, but when that lob is just perfect, it just sucks, man. It's like, go for a cool, sick passing shot rather than such a defensive lob, but that's just my saltiness talking. It's hard to get past those mentally and just continually hit those approach shots when they're so good at those defensive lobs on the run. Like, I should have made a play there, but I had so little comp with my overhands at the time that I let it slip knowing it's probably gonna land in. But at that moment, I had more faith in the ball landing out than in my own technique. As my energy levels are depleting, Mr. Sickpoo Wilt here is still sprinting for those drop shots. In cargo shorts, by the way. Yeah, he's one of those guys. He's just absolute sprinting and you can hear the zhuga 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 sound of his pants. And dude, I swear, it's like a Terminator just coming for you. You know who's coming and you gotta prepare for it, and as you'll see, like my intensity drops considerably when I'm just staring at him. Just, man, I'm like a deer in headlights. We get the crucial break at the last possible chance of the set, and we are able to serve out the first set. I down another one of those GU energy gels as the jelly legs are starting to return, and I'm starting to feel a dip in energy. My opponent, on the other hand, looks like he's just getting warmed up. We start off the second set with some solid points. Not to my favor though. I think that might have been my first ever swing volley. Like, even attempt. I don't think I've ever even practiced that. That's one of the few advanced shots that I've never even approached with my level 1 coach back in the day. Our rallies are getting pretty long, and by the second set, we're both warmed up and have got a good taste of his pace. My legs are really starting to give out. It is actually a necessity to keep the points as short and decisive as possible. I'm really starting to feel my calves cramping, a lot earlier than I anticipated. I do my part in hydrating the day before a match, especially after my last bad cramp. So I'm guessing those GU energy gels really sapped the water in me and is really fucking me over now. It's crazy how quickly a match can turn against you. A couple of errant moments in big points and you can find yourself down a breakdown, now serving love to 30. When it finally hits you, it's a little too late and now you're down 2 breaks. A lot more than just a physical begins to take its toll in this grueling match. I have an important choice to make right now. I can gulp down another one of the GU packets and throw absolutely everything into these next couple of games to try to close out the second set. That runs the very high risk of backfire if I end up losing the second set and have to play a decider completely drained. opponent still manages to take the second set an hour and a half into our match. Thankfully, the tennis gods granted me a second chance when a couple of players combined to kick us off our court with a reservation during third set changeover. So we had to reschedule the final set a couple of days later. I managed to get one session at the wall in and of course worked on my overheads. Like, that area needs no explanation of why I need to work on that. It'd be redundant at this point of why I would want to work on that. Even though the rescheduling worked in my favor, I'm honestly not a big fan of restarting in the middle of a match. Maybe it's my undiagnosed OCD or something. It just feels wrong and incomplete, and it feels impossible to get back into the rhythm of things in just one set. Even worse, my brain totally farts out and I show up to the wrong court on a rescheduled match and I had to rush over to another park 20 minutes away to start the final set to decide the Tennis OC Advanced 3.5 Plus Flex League Playoff Championships. Ooh, a mouthful. It is both of our first seasons, therefore our first finals, so the nerves are present for the both of us, or at least I'm assuming, because he's dealing with it way better than I, and he gets off to an amazing start by breaking me off right away. This is why I don't like starting off by serving first. Thankfully though, with some battling, I managed to break right back and get on serve. All things considered, I'm playing pretty well tonight. We're getting to deuce pretty much every game and the rallies and plays are dynamic and, well, for lack of a better word, just fun. Like, the nerves are actually gone and I'm just playing tennis and it's pretty amazing. At least, you know, just for a couple of points before the mentality starts to rear its ugly head, but... My opponent is fit and fast and making me work for every single point. And this is what I wanted back in high school. Third set in, down a break, and playing for a plastic trophy that no one cares about. Win or lose, I am here for it. Just kidding. I still need to work on the mental and emotional side of things. It's so underrated and hard to practice. Like, do I just go to therapy or something? Or like anger management? Or I guess that's what a sports psychologist probably does. I don't know. I'm really glad there's a term for it now that I actually really like that the youngins are using, but it is so easy to crash out in a sport like tennis. All of a sudden, I'm playing tight and too self-aware and in a terrible place mentally, which makes me make weird plays and shots I never would have thought of making. Footwork and shot selection just go out the window on top of what little technique I do have. And like that, we are down 2 breaks in just 20 minutes in the final set of the season. It is not looking good, folks. Championship point. At least it's on my serve. Please, let's not double fault championship point away, please. Let's go! A backhand passing shot to save championship point. It cannot get better than that, guys. I'm not gonna lie, I am feeling pretty damn pumped after hitting that. Woo! Let's pull off our inner Murray or Djokovic and fight our way back from 1-5. This is a fairy tale ending if I ever saw one, ladies and folks. Let's make it reality. just like that, I am playing pretty darn well. I'm still making a few errors here and there, but I'm making some quality points. The confidence is back in and I'm starting to really rip it. But of course, I'm sure you guys all felt this as well. As I'm starting to get some momentum back, I start to tighten up again once I make a dent in the scoreboard. I do what I can, but ultimately it was the overhead that killed me. I'll be honest, I hate losing. Especially like this, like it just feels like a unfinished sneeze or like, you know, like an unresolved melody or like it's just like your OCD just doesn't feel resolved. Like it's the only way I could describe it. And like, thankfully my opponent was cool enough and like he managed to rally it out a little bit, which is an actual kind of like, feel like it's kind of healthy. You know, it's kind of like pent out that little frustration after. It's also the first time I used the E zone, and boy, maybe I chose a racket too early. Anyways, I know I could have played better, but I just tightened up at the worst times. You know, like at the worst points, there were some big points, there were a lot of breakpoint opportunities, and my opponent just managed to play more defensive and outlast me. He was able to outplay me in those crucial moments. He went defensive when he needed to, and dude, I hate losing to those kinds of players because they're just they like truly outplay you, they outsmart you, they out tennis you, even though like you might be able to hit harder and like smack it and have all that stuff, but they still manage to outplay you with their craftiness. And he's not a pusher. You guys can see that he serves in volleys, he like with drop shot, he'll do all that kind of stuff. He's just a dang punter. Sorry, I'm still a little salty. I really don't like losing. I'm learning that about myself. But much like the underrated 2006 Disney film, Meet the Robinsons, failure is a great teacher, and you just gotta keep moving forward. Like all my videos, I feel like I have so much to work on after losing a match. And it's true, there is a lot of things to work on. But this series was all recorded in a span of 2.5 months. And realistically, it's gonna take way longer than that for some meaningful improvement in a game like tennis. Especially if it is to occur in a competitive match setting. And especially when you're not working with a coach and just relying on YouTube and a GoPro. I should honestly just be thankful for getting back into good enough shape and form to be competing after taking 12 years off the sport. That is something I definitely need to work on. Seeing the areas I did do well and focusing on those just as much as I focus on the bad stuff. A lot of tennis players are very hard on themselves, and I've had to arrive at my 3rd decade in my life to learn that I don't operate better when I'm angry or upset, as much as my pride and ego wants to tell me otherwise. I'm not Johnny Mac, man. Like, I don't play better when I'm angry. Most of us don't. I digress for like the 15th time. I had to take the following season off due to my shoulder acting up again, which occurred during the lead up to the semis actually, but I decided to play through it for obvious reasons. But I've already recorded the following season of this Flex League, and boy, is there a story arc there. I hope you guys stay tuned for that and much more tennis content, because I got a lot more plans for this than just this weird pseudo vlog, you know, journey I got going. Like, I hope you guys like, subscribe, comment, all that jazz. But the best thing you could possibly do for a YouTuber now is just to watch another one of their videos back to back. That really shows the algorithm who's boss. So please, go binge. I hope to see you around, you know, maybe even in the next video, in the next season. But if not, I'll probably see you never. Toodles.